Keep your eye on that rock on the left there. The first thing the drone does is to take a GPS reading of its exact location, and what I've instructed it to do is land precisely at the point that it took off. So when we come back to land, I will point out the rock again because you'll see it from the top. So anyway, I'm taking off directly east, looking down Dogtown Road to the east, and the reason for today's flight, and this is September the 13th, 2020, a Sunday. Two reasons for today's flight. One is that you can see the sky. For a couple days now, it has had this foggy, very high clouds, daze or maze effect, and that's due to the West Coast firestorms. And the second reason is to see that the soybeans are changing color. They are turning yellow. So as you go through this video, you can pretty well pick out the fields that are soybeans and the ones that are corn. Now, there are a few soybean fields that have not turned yet, and soybeans take shorter time to grow than corn does. So most of the corn is still looking green, and some of the soybeans, if they were planted really late, are looking green. But that field there to the right is a cornfield, very distinctly a cornfield, because it's still quite green. What we're doing now is we're headed, this is about southwest of the farm, and we're headed over to look at Shopocker's dairy farm. He lives in the complex where the cows are, and there are 5 silos that you can see. They're 5 big blue silos that you can clearly see there. I did not zoom in as I could have this time, so you could see them better than you can actually in this video, but anyway, I've done that before. And to the right is his son's place, and that little white house there down by the creek used to be a nunnery. Long ago, there were 2 nuns that came up from Cincinnati to live there. They made a contract with Shopocker, and they felt that he had violated that contract, so they sued him for $50,000 and won, and they are now the EMS people in Clarksburg. What you saw there of the stream, and here's the other end of the stream, this is looking east, north fork of Paint Creek, and the little farm complex with the red barn just left of center is Mallow's farm off of Asbury Road. So I'm swinging around to the left. Again, the yellow fields are soybeans. Stand out pretty distinctly. That is Shopocker's Lane. That points right into a T intersection at Dogtown Road. There's the little pond, the empty nunnery, and North Fork of Paint Creek looking west. Now, right about here, I tell the drone to come home. I push one button that says come home, and the first thing it does is orient itself home, and that's what it just did. Now I'm going to speed up the flight home a little bit so it doesn't take so long, but that's Dogtown Road there, and my farm or our place is just on the other side of the road, and it's flying directly toward the point from which it took off. Once it gets to that point, incidentally, you can see the milk truck It's got a red front and a silver back. It's coming up from behind the trees right there. That's a daily occurrence, 365 days a year. The milk truck comes about noon every day. And so what the drone is doing is finding the point from which it took off. And I am adjusting the camera. It would not do this without me. I'm adjusting the camera, but that's all I'm doing. It finds the place, locates the GPS location from where it took off, and then it turns so that it is facing the direction that it was launched from. In other words, in this case, directly east. Then it descends, and I guess the point I've been trying to make with that rock is that when there is no wind, and there was no wind today, it can land precisely from the point that it took off. It can land at that point. So here we go. You will quickly be able to see the rock. I slowed it down here for the landing. There's the rock, and I thank you very much for watching. Have a beautiful day.